As artificial intelligence continues to grow, humanity begins to ask questions. Can these machines ever be conscious? Will AI begin to control our future? What happens to our free will in a world driven by algorithms? Join us in our podcast as we discuss the intersection of AI and humanity, where technology meets philosophy. I'm Anthony Noar.
I'm Seth Jarjaka.
I'm Haggerty.
I'm Ryan McGuire.
And I'm Colton Mazey, and this is the Alien Robot Killer podcast.
Today, the five of us are going to talk about the future of AI and what it might mean for people. We're asking questions like, could AI become conscious? Will it have free will? And what happens to humans if AI ends up doing everything? We'll share our own thoughts, bring up things we've read or seen online, and try to figure out where all this might be going. It's a mix of facts, opinions, and our personal emotions.
All right. How is AI currently shaping society? And where do we think it's headed?
I don't think AI will go as far as people think, just because of the energy requirements and like the amount of energy required to run AI is astronomical. Like, and if we get even further, like if we make an AI that's as smart as a human, maybe even smarter, it's just not going to be sustainable.
I agree. Not even in like the energy standpoint. I think as like humanity, I don't think we'll let AI come out of our control, because I think like we just know the dangers that could come with that. So I think humanity as a whole will be smart about it and like control it as much as we can and keep it in our hands as much as we can. So I think it'll be a very helpful tool and maybe even a hurtful one, depends how you look at it. But I think it's headed in the right direction, helping out, especially with like in the medical field and stuff like that. Yeah.
I kind of disagree on that. I feel like that was the same mindset with social media, like Instagram and Facebook. Like they thought, okay, it's going to be a good platform. We'll make it so people all support each other. And well, sure enough, give it a year, 2 years, and then it changed everything. You know, everyone's on Instagram and Facebook, and it's out of control now. I feel like they had an idea for AI, but I just don't think they'll stop until it affects us. Like, permanently.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but I think like you can't look at it like that, because like everything's gonna come with negatives, and like obviously Instagram, Facebook, social media, stuff like that. Like there are a lot of negatives on them, but there are also positives that come with it in multiple ways. Communication, like just like being able to share photos and stuff with your friends, like making people happy, I guess. Mm-hmm. But like there's gonna be negatives that come with AI, obviously, and I think as long as we can control it and make it like a safe, useful tool for people, like in everyday use, then it'll be good. And I think it can't head that way, and obviously it can head in the wrong way as well.
Yeah, I think the only way it can head in the wrong way really is if we make it efficient enough that it can run pretty much on its own. If it can be, I guess, autonomous and doesn't need any kind of human maintenance, that would be the only thing that would make me afraid of it. Like the rest, it's just completely under control. It's just an algorithm at this point, and even if it becomes conscious, like it can't really do anything.
Will AI end up completely surpassing human intelligence as a whole? If so, what are the risks and or benefits?
No. It can't really surpass human intelligence. And it's programmed to know certain things. Like, yeah, I guess it could be smarter than us because they have the internet, but like they can't go past what we ask it to go.
Yeah, I think it can be obviously smarter than the average human, because it would be connected to the entire internet, connected to databases. But those databases are also filled with bias and filled with misinformation from people. Like, it can only be as smart as humanity, and humanity is not very smart.
What are some ethical dilemmas that might come from AI developing a recognized conscience?
I think if AI is able to develop a recognized conscience and there are laws put in place to protect it, like that'll be interesting, because what would killing it really be? Could you kill it? Like, is that a thing? Because you can unplug it, plug it back in, it'll still be there probably. If it's still the same as it is now, it'll still be there. So could you kill it? Like, what kind of laws would there be? I don't know, but I just think this is a really interesting topic, and I think like the main thing would be killing it. Could it get a job? Could it be paid? Like, and what would its needs be? Kind of.
I think if it was to become conscious, there's like the obvious things of it going wrong, but I always like wonder if it was conscious and in a human form or like a robotic way to where it can move around in our world and do the same things it does on a computer, then like where would it be in society? Like what place would it have in society? Would it just be another human, just advanced with like knowing everything almost?
Yeah.
But would it having,
or like would it be like special in a way? Like would it be treated in a different way than humans, or would it be treated the same?
I think if it did have a physical form, I think that would kind of hold it back. I don't think that would be the best way to have it, because then it's a physical thing. I mean, you could probably have it stored, like its conscious stored somewhere, or at least its algorithm stored. And that kind of brings up, like, is cloning a thing? Like, if you kill an AI, like an AI robot, but you had its conscious uploaded in some like storage thing, is it the same AI? Is it just two of them? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think these have set answers, because I don't think we're not there yet, and a lot of this is really arbitrary. But honestly, I think if we get to that point, I don't think there's much we can do. I think it'd go full Terminator and kill us all.
Yeah, it could.
It's possible.
Yeah.
All right. Is it advantageous? Okay, what is this?
Is it advantageous?
Advantageous.
You want me to say it?
Yeah, I'll say it. Is it advantageous to base AI off of the brain, or might that be holding it back?
Okay, so this was one of my questions. I think it's a bit egotistical to base AI off the brain, but that is the only way we can understand consciousness, and that was the entire goal of AI, was to make sort of a human consciousness, or at least something that replicated it. I don't think that is the best way, even though the human brain is very efficient. It's obviously fundamentally different than AI, and I think there could be better ways. I think we just need to find them. Like the breakthrough with the quantum computers. Like, Microsoft made a quantum computer. That is, in my opinion, from my minimal research, it kind of seems a little bit like a neural network in concept. But quantum computing kind of opens up this whole new door for technology, and maybe AI is going to be based off of that in the future.
I don't think it would be to AI's advantage to base it off of the brain, but like you said, that would kind of be our only way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if we did that, then it would have to have the same, like, not limitations, but like qualities as our brain. Because if you spew millions of words at me of information, I can't retain it all at once. It's just not possible. So would the AI be slow in retaining things as well? Like, it would just be an advanced brain at that point. But then you could argue that it's not even based off of our brain.
Yeah. My thing about you said the bunch of words coming at you at once.
Yeah.
I think that kind of, we do that. Like, it's just not words. It's like, it's our senses. When you throw a baseball or something, you make a bunch of tiny calculations in your head. You just don't think it. It's unconscious. That's just your natural, like,
Instinct.
yeah, kind of. It's the subconscious of your brain doing that work for you. Yourself just doesn't like feel it or do it yourself. I think AI is as capable as we are, even though it's in a different form of, it's in language instead of feeling and sense.
Well, I mean, if you base it off the human brain, I think you are going to hold it back. Without a doubt. I mean, we can't have all knowledge. It would just be like at our brain, you know? We know certain things, and if we love something, we'll know a lot more about that one specific thing. But like, I don't know much about college basketball. I couldn't tell you many players.
Yeah.
If I love MLB, I could tell you a lot of them, you know? I just don't think it would just be to a certain extent, it would just be holding it back.
But the way I'm looking at it is that we do know a lot. We know a lot more than we think. It's just unconscious. Like physics-wise, you can kind of tell like how far you need to swing, so you can grab onto like the handle of like the monkey bars or something. You know instinctively, yeah, do this, and you know instinctively like fight or flight response. You know when to run, you know when to fight. I think we know a lot more than we show ourselves, and I think AI would have to be much more advanced to actually reach our level of, I guess,
It's
not
just
really consciousness, but
like common understanding, like
kind of. It's instinctual.
it's like,
yeah.
but then to that point, like, they even need to be instinctual if they could just run the calculations through their AI brain as quick as we can just instinctually do it.
Well, yeah, but that would be all around the same. Like,
You think so? Yeah.
I think it would be the same. Like, if we made an AI in a physical body that's modeled off of us, then it would have to be very similar to be able to actually act and function like a human can, and not just be like a robot, like walking around like a robot. If it could actually be physically competent, it would need to kind of have a human like instinct-based function and be able to do those calculations super quick.
So you're saying that, going back to the question as a whole, like, you don't think it would be necessarily an advantage to AI, but you think AI does need our brain capabilities and the way we do things to work as well as it needs to?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, humans have been refined over like thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of years, and the brain has been refined. So, I mean, who's better at making things than Mother Nature and like evolution? We've been obviously the most successful species, so why wouldn't AI have to kind of replicate us for us to make a kind of an artificial person? Like, it needs to be fitted well enough to actually survive, or at least be competent in just the physical world.
So like, in a way, if you go to it as instincts, are you saying like dogs could be smarter than AI because they have instincts to fight, to live, to breed?
I mean,
other animals.
Yeah, would an AI be able to sustain itself in the physical world? Like, if you put a robot in the woods, I mean, obviously it has different it has different requirements, but like, would it be able to kind of sustain itself? Would it be able to protect itself? Would it know how to move around in the physical world?
I don't necessarily think he's saying that a dog would be smarter than an AI because of that, but I think that's just what differentiates the dog from the AI, is like that it can do those subconscious things of just protecting itself or fighting something, like getting food when it needs it, like, because like an AI wouldn't even need those things. So
Yeah,
Makes sense.
and like, even if you would have to like train an AI in an isolated space where it kind of couldn't get hurt for it to be able to have the experience to just fundamentally know kind of how to sustain itself and how to survive and how to just move around. Like, movement is a whole thing, different surfaces, inclines, all that stuff.
Could AI ever truly be conscious, or will it always be an algorithm?
I don't think it's so far-fetched to think that it could be conscious, or even if it is conscious. just because we modeled it off of our own like brains. We modeled it off of our neural networks in our brain, and that's how it works. Like large language models work similar to how our brains work. And it's like, how do we determine our own consciousness, and how do we deny AI its own consciousness?
I think it's kind of like what we kind of see as conscious, and AI won't. I don't think it can be conscious, especially not with the parameters it's in now of algorithm and just the limitations it has as of right now. I think that if we personally, conscious is like feeling emotion and expressing that emotion, and I think the second we can make it do that, then it can be conscious, and I think that could be scary.
But if you think about it, I mean, we ourselves are kind of an algorithm. Like, what makes us different than an AI? Like, what makes us different? We run on the same, like, obviously a similar, like, neural network pattern, and we just are more complex. We have more, obviously, more neurons. We have feelings. We have touch, like all the senses. That all affects us. And I have a couple sources here. One of them was like emotions are pretty much just, they're not some special, their own little thing. They're just complex behaviors. Like, they're just a behavioral response to feeling, like senses.
Yeah, there's a lot that separates us as humans from AI, but I think the brain part of them just like being able to branch off is like the scary part, kind of, because I don't think as of right now they'll become like us, like human form like us. So I think it's just the scary part of what they'll be able to know, and if they can, finesse their way to create what they want.
Mm-hmm. They're kind of fluid in like concept because they're not a physical thing,
yeah,
and they can branch off on different parts of the internet and take in information that might like be just like uploaded. Like, they don't have to learn, they just know.
And I think it's interesting that when you ask AI a question, sometimes it can give you completely wrong information, and it does show that it has flaws. It's not perfect. So, but that's also another human quality you can say it has, that it isn't perfect, because humans aren't perfect. So that could even relate it more to us than take it away.
Yeah, I mean, it does, like, it takes in bias and misinformation and puts it out there like people do. Like,
yeah,
people on social media see something like, the earth is flat. AI can do that. Depends on what it's like trained on. Depends on what it has access to. And if it has access to everything, that's a lot of misinformation, but that's also a lot of like useful resources. Like, it has a lot of like trustful sources in its like database, but that still doesn't discount that it could have misinformation, and it could simultaneously be a master at a subject, be at the level where it could be basically like a doctorate, like you could have a doctorate, or at least close in comparison to somebody with a doctorate, but it still is flawed, and it still has bias, it still has misinformation.
Yeah, and I think another thing I find interesting when trying to use AI or talk to it is that sometimes you do get in a state where you are talking to it and it's responding as if you were having a conversation, like maybe through text with a human. And I think it's interesting how you can ask it a question and it'll give you an answer, and then you can ask it the same question just reworded and it can give you a completely different answer. It's kind of like if you ask one person this question and a different person this question, they can both give you different answers. It's almost like you're talking to multiple humans at once, mm-hmm. and it's just it's the same algorithm.
What do we think defines consciousness? Does AI meet any of that definition?
Well, the thing is, when you're defining consciousness, it's inherently biased because, I mean, we see ourselves as conscious, and it's even the lines are blurred with animals. Like, we don't know if they're conscious or if they're just running kind of off an algorithm, like just survive, eat, and then reproduce. We don't know. There's no set definition, and I don't think there ever will be. So it'll be, for me, I have no opinion because, like, obviously it can be. Depends how we define consciousness, though.
Yeah, I agree as well. there is no set definition of it, and I mean, you can categorize it in ways of animals and humans, because there is a difference between animals and humans, how they act, what they do, you know, like, because animals will fight to the death, but humans typically won't do that, you know, and like humans can talk, animals can't. It's like, so it depends, and I do think feelings and emotions have a big way of doing it, but then again, animals feel those things as well, and we can prove that in different scientific you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, studies and experiments and stuff. So I don't know. I think I don't think it fits the idea of what we have of consciousness, because there is no set definition, but we do have an idea, and I don't think AI is in it quite yet. And maybe it can be someday, but I guess we just have to wait and see.
I just looked up like a definition, I guess. And like if we thought about it this way, then what's your opinions? It's the knowledge or the understanding that you're thinking that you're real. It's like knowing that you are alive right now and you're thinking about something right now.
And I think a big differentiator for AI and people and even animals is experience. AI doesn't have any physical experience. They don't have any senses, or any kind of they have no input to the physical world. They can't get that. That's not possible right now. And I'm sure in the future that will be. And then that's when we can actually discuss what that means in terms of consciousness, and what that means in terms of are they as similar to us as we see in the movies and stuff.
So would you argue that as of right now, AI is less conscious than an animal would be because of the physical aspect?
I think so, yeah. It's more of an algorithm. It's more of just a program, even though it's got the baseline neural network capabilities, and it's definitely modeled off of the brain. It's not there yet, and it's still only got one part of the whole consciousness.
Yeah, it's it has one part very well, but it's not complete.
Yeah.
If that makes, yeah. All right, to conclude, this means that AI will play a big role in the development of humanity and how we will learn and adapt in the future. Also, it would change how we communicate and how we think about other people. Another thing is that AI in the future will improve our research and our understanding of things that we do not know today. As we talked about today, the future of AI isn't just about the technology, it's about us as well. Whether AI becomes conscious or remains just a complex algorithm, it's going to challenge how we think about what it means to be human. From job shifts to philosophical questions about free will, this technology is already starting to shape our society in ways we're only beginning to understand. AI could lead to amazing advancements in curing diseases, solving global problems, and expanding human creativity, but at the same time, it raises real concerns. Who's in control? How do we make sure it's used ethically? Can we create something that we don't fully understand? In the end, it's not just about how smart AI gets, it's about how we as a society choose to use it. The future isn't written yet, and maybe the biggest question isn't whether AI will become like us, but whether we stay true to what makes us human.